Hey y'all, it's your favorites, Mama Mitch
and Master Mitch
on the Mitch and Nem podcast,
sharing insight into life on every level,
all the good, the bad, and ridiculous.
Join us each week for a new episode.
This gonna be good.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Mitch and Nem podcast. I am your host, Master Mitch.
And I am Mama Mitch. Y'all, our topic today is why is the mother-daughter relationship so difficult at times?
So difficult.
Y'all, this is gonna be good because we're a mother-daughter team and we're here to talk about it. So, why do you think moms are, not that you're a mother, but as a daughter, why do you think that those difficult times we had, why do you feel that they were so challenging for you?
It's a lot of things. It could be one, because I didn't want to listen. Or it could be because even now with my mom, I'm right on a lot of things, but she may not want to tell me. So that can be a reason right there. Both ways.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all the time. Mom, it is something. She's like, you know what, Tiff? Just like the other day when I tell you how you play too much. I had to make her see it for herself, right? I shall see it for myself. Yeah! Okay, but she had to see it for herself. And she didn't know she did when I was like, Tiff, I do that. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I'm like, Mom, you really didn't know? And she couldn't even say, she never said she doesn't do it. All she could do is laugh because it was the truth. So in that case, I am right. And honestly, we could have had a disagreement had she not, agreed with me. But she saw it. So.
That's horrible. But
it is.
But what age do you think it becomes the most challenging for mother and daughters?
Probably like 13.
So you felt like at 13 is when like there was a switch for us?
Yes.
So let me just share my side of it, okay? Because I don't know where you're going with yours, but as a mother, people have to understand, with whatever we've experienced throughout life, when we have a daughter, we already know their vulnerabilities. So we spend a lifetime, if what feels like a lifetime from the moment that they're born, like grooming them and teaching them and showing them, everything that we feel that they should know about being a young lady first, and then a young woman, and then a woman. So we know, since we recognize all the vulnerabilities, we know the signs of conditions that may not steer them in the right direction. We try to protect them from that. We try to save, we want to just save y'all from everything. Like, if you're stepping there, we know that there's and we try to direct that out of, you away from that, and you still, Mama, just let me do it. You were like, okay. But at the same time, my goal was just to save you and protect you and show you love at the same time. So when you say the turning point was around 13, I think I agree with you, because when you're a child, when you're a baby, you're totally dependent on me. Mm-hmm. When you're a little girl, you're totally dependent on me. And then as you get older, and then you start, you develop your own personality, your friends, you have all this. So you start knowing more than your mama. Yeah. And I kind of agree with the age time frame of 13-ish, teenager.
I'll say it was 13. Life, it was weird back then.
Can
even
you
thinking about it.
What is your memory of the first time that you feel like I was really getting on your nerves as a, like that moment? Do you remember the first moment of, my mama really get on my nerves, or I don't want to be like her, or whatever, whatever distinction that you knew that you were someone different than what I wanted you to be?
I didn't like that you tried to always make me wear purses. I don't like purses. I am, and probably can't tell, I was a tomboy for real, and my mom would tell you. And she used to, we would clash on like you trying to put me in certain clothes, purses, heels, like anything girly. Even like she'll give me dresses. I would put shorts under my dresses. I remember my grandma was like, she was trying to get me to take them off. My grandma would say, "Look, don't leave her alone when she want to wear shorts." Look, but my grandma, you know, the grandma's for us covering up, so she was up for that. But I think one of the things we used to clash at is our styles are totally different. And one thing I just could not get with was how she would like, or not how she would try to dress me, but they were all nice clothes. It just was not my style. That's what it was. Purses, every purse that she bought me, I lost it. And got in trouble every time. But why do you keep buying them? Like,
listen,
why are you buying purses?
Say, if anybody ever tried to mold their child into something, like, you know, like, because you see all of the magazines with the little girls and the frilly stuff, and you think of Easter, think of Mother's Day, think of all these times where the children are supposed to get dressed up. Like, we would go to church, and you know, you want to show your children off.
Think about it, and think about how much the socks, the ruffles, the lace, the barrettes. Think about it. She's right. I did not want to deal with that. Like, I'm hot. I can't play. I'm like, no, mom.
Listen, when I tell you, remember, well, we were, it was Easter, and you had this cute pink little dress on frilly. Who gave you candy? That's what I want to know. You had candy or something, but it was everywhere, all over the dress, all over the shoes, and I'm looking like, there goes the pictures.
Yep.
Like, why? The boys would stay clean. They would stay.
I was so rough. And I still am rough.
Still rough.
I love it. I don't mind getting dirty, barefoot. Like, I'm just very country. I'm very country. So I would say that was probably one of the main things that we would disagree on. What butt heads on. What's one you can think about? Mom, don't make up nothing.
No, I'm just trying to. Probably your eating habits.
Wait a minute.
That's not making up nothing.
Hurry up.
Your eating habits of, you were greedy, Tip. You were greedy. Like, okay, so y'all listen. I am not okay. So being the single mom and having to, you know, do everything. So I would always want to make enough food for like leftovers or something. With this one, no leftovers. With this one, at breakfast time, I go in, grits, eggs, bacon, you know, we country folk. We do the whole breakfast, you know, none of that cereal stuff. That was every once in a while, maybe on a school day, like something quick. But a whole breakfast, while she's running to the table, I'm like, okay, y'all come eat. She's running to the table, and as she's getting the spoon, like I have to remind her to say grace, as she's putting the spoon in her, Mama, what's for dinner? What's for lunch? She's asking me about food, like you have food in front of you, but you asking for more food as if I don't feed you.
Yeah, but I have to be mentally prepared. One, to make sure you know what the heck you about to cook. That's the one. Because you're not about to wait till 6 o'clock, figure it out, ask us what we want. What we eating?
But it was breakfast time.
It don't matter, time go by fast.
Were you gready?
Yeah. But okay, that's crazy that you say eating was another disagreement. Because I did. I love food, y'all. I love food.
And it hasn't changed. And she would be so tiny, but she had a lot of energy. I mean, we were talking the other day about how bad you were. Just how bad you were. Like, it was, but I will say this. I told her, I said, with her, there was never a dull moment. Even though I hated to think about what was going to happen next, at the same time, I knew it was going to be something interesting when it came to her. And every time she would get in trouble, it took everything in me, you know, trying to be a disciplinarian, you know, like showing her, like, you're not going to behave this way. But it took everything in me not to laugh when this girl got in trouble. Like, I spent half the time trying to keep from laughing. That was the goal. So she wouldn't think it was a joke.
Oh, y'all remember one time my mama whooped me like 11 times in one day. Mom, remember that? You remember whooping me that many
I don't know if the
times?
statute of
It's
limitations
like any
is.
dog.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm telling.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This is my moment.
Wait a minute. I don't
Listen.
know if the statute of limitations up.
Listen,
to-
y'all, it had to be like 11 times to get the cats out the bag. Anything, if I breathe wrong, look wrong, and I think my mom, I understand why she did it.
Why did I do it?
Because I really, honestly, y'all, I really think about my life as I look back over my life, and I think things over.
You got a testimony?
Because I look at myself and be like, and I think about even having a daughter. I'm like, man, like, God forbid if my daughter, not that I was so bad, but I was very active, I was very busy, and I've always been very independent. So it was a lot for mom just to keep reins on me. But I remember that one day, I know she was at her wit's end because I was always doing something. I was hitting my brother, aggravating him, stealing food out the refrigerator. I used to steal food out the refrigerator, out the cabinets.
Like we didn't feed her.
Yeah, and so it's like, I get it. So that day, it's like any little thing that I did, it was, come on, let's go. Like, it was back in the living room, and you would have thought I would have got tired of getting a whooping, but I guess I liked them.
What in the world?
So, yeah, I must like whoopings because I did not stop. I'm sure I got
And
one
when
the
I
next day.
say a boisterous young woman, like from the moment, I don't even remember you saying baby words. I just remember you talking. Like it was just always just an argument. Like you want to argue, you would want to argue everything.
Yeah.
So I remember when we moved to Jacksonville. When we moved here. So I had a job opportunity, so we moved here, and I remember I had a friend whose kids, we stayed with her while we transitioned till I found a place, but the job opportunity came so quickly that I had to move. So I remember the school that I took you to, she said her kids loved the school. So I'm like, oh, okay, my kids should love the school too. And you know, they have people there that they know. So they went to school, and the very first day, I remember picking them up from school. And at the time it was just her and my youngest, not my oldest. But you came out of, like, I saw you walking towards me, towards the car. Now we're in the car lineup, and you were walking and you were saying something, and you were very, very animated. And I was like, oh Lord, what has happened? And as you were walking to the car, I could hear bits and pieces, and I'm not going back, and you can't make me. I don't care what you do. You can beat me. You can do this. You can do that. You can take my food away.
Yep.
I am not going back. And then and by the time I heard everything, you slammed that car door. You was like, and I am not going back, Mama. I don't care. I don't care. You can whoop me. Now, mind you, this is a child in...
I was in the third grade.
Third grade. Telling me this. And I'm like, what has happened? I was like, what happened? You sit, and by this time my youngest was getting in the back seat, and I'm like, put your seatbelt on, and you're still going off. And I was just listening, and you was telling me how the kids curse and how they're so bad, and somebody called you a bad name.
Yes, listen, y'all. When I entered Jacksonville, Florida, I don't care what nobody say. It was like an experience for me. You know, we coming from a small town into the city, so that was already a shock for me. And then to experience, I wasn't in the third grade. We're still naive to like how people can really be. And so, of course, being home, you got your cousins, your kinfolk, so you're used to the same people, whether you're related or not. Even if you ain't related, you're related. Like, so, why am I looking at y'all? You're so engaged. But even if, you're not related, you're related. So, just coming here, I remember all I did was I left out the school, and a little boy spit by my foot. And I asked him not to do it, and he basically told me to shut up, and got his friends and like gathered around me and they started pushing me, bullying me, like taking me into a circle, all because I asked you not to spit by my foot, like you spit by my foot. And that's when I told you, like, and the teacher saw it and came and broke everything, like broke them from around me.
Right.
And yes, I told my mom I was gonna run away. I'm not going back. But yeah, that was.
Yep, she said
that
all
was
of that.
when I had an awakening to how like the world is.
Yeah.
In that moment.
But having a third grader telling you this, and in my head, okay, we just got to the city. I gotta start work in a couple of days. This girl talking about she ain't going to school. And then I said, okay, all right, we'll figure it out. I said, Bray, how was your day? And my son said, all the kids curse in my class except one. And all I could do was just laugh.
Because we was not used to that back
like,
at home. Like, we was not hearing kids cussing and like cussing like they adults. Like, it was a culture shock for me and my brother. And I don't think my mama understood how much we was where are we? Like, is this?
I understand, and I laughed about it because I'm like, okay, we gotta figure this out. But that was a typical day with this woman right here. Like, it was always something. Always something. But it was, it was a joy. And I just, when I lost that, like, you want to hug and kiss on me, and you want to get into bed with me and take naps with me and all of that. And then all of a sudden, one day, it just stops.
Yeah.
It just stops. Like, and all of a sudden, I'm the most, I'm the worst person ever. Yeah, like the attitude changes. Like, you don't like me anymore. You don't see me as being the hero anymore. So, and you said at 13 this happened. So it's like, what do you do? How did you get through that age?
Well, Mom, you have to realize, okay, we were with you.
Yeah.
Was going through the police academy. Okay. And as a single parent, we was not, always with you.
Right.
So it's almost like if I'm with daddy's side of the family or grandma, your mom, or it's almost like if we're like, moving around, we're having a better time somewhere else. It's just a child, like how a child just puts, it wasn't I didn't like you. I think it is more so we get to an age where we want to have fun, we want to just be around what's always going on. And that's just what it was. I don't think it was I didn't like you, it was just more influences elsewhere. And we start to stray away from our parents at that point. So that's what it was. I love my mama.
You love me now, but there were moments of
oh my gosh, Mom, I love you now. We gonna do this? We gonna do this?
So okay, so there.
We gonna do this?
Yeah, let's do this.
I love you. You say I love you now?
I'm saying there were moments where you didn't really like me.
Thank you. How about we clear that up for the air?
Oh,
for the camera.
Not that she hated me, y'all.
Thank you. I love my mom dearly. Yeah, my mom is the best, but y'all.
But all parents, and let me say this:
right.
When I say that is a relationship between a mother and daughter. There are times, and mind you have to understand, you are dealing with women with hormones, okay, with levels of estrogen that they said in a teenager that it could actually, if you put that in an elephant, it could kill them. So when you're thinking about that, and you're talking about that time of the month when everybody is like, okay, we're on wit's ends, you're dealing with all of that, and with the family type situation, with the mother-daughter type situation. So she's growing. I'm trying to keep her a child, but instead she's growing, she's developing, she's maturing, and that is challenging.
Yeah, but we will fast forward to now, and we are just so close. We are business partners. I call into her everything.
Too much, y'all.
Sometimes it's too much. I gotta let her know. She tells me a lot. I mean, I was surprised when we was on the phone. When you were saying we was on the phone the other day, she was saying she looked at me as her best friend. I didn't know that. So that was a moment for me. Because it just, y'all, I've been experiencing a lot of different people who are just not good. And so, good people are scarce out here. So when you have someone you can confide in, whether it's a friend, a mom, or whatever, it's a good feeling to just always know that you can call someone that will pick up the phone. You can discuss something that gonna repeat nothing. And like, I got this in my mom. And even then, a lot of women now to this day are having issues with their mother and daughter relationship. So I'm grateful for mine.
Yeah. So how do we maintain a healthy relationship as mother-daughter? That is something that is important.
Communication and respecting boundaries. My mom is real good with respecting boundaries. She don't just pop up to my house. She don't try to like delve into my business. She's always been like that with me and with my brothers. So I feel like respecting boundaries and not thinking because you are the parent, you have rights. Like it's something that's like, mommy, like you can't see this or I can't, like, no. So, and she respects it. Like she don't argue back with me or anything. So that's one. Boundaries, communication. We've had some heated disagreements. When I say heated, not as far as like the tone, but just as far as just the in-depth of it, just how deep the conversation is.
It gets heated, and then we hang up, and then I think we both probably sit there and wait to see who's gonna call who first. Yeah. And then she might call and be like,
"You still mad?" or "You acting funny?" or like, "I love you," like, you know.
And I'll be like,
what you want? Okay, we talking now. So we always make up. That's another thing. Don't stay mad long. We make up right after. We'll joke about it, laugh about it, whatever. We ain't hugging nothing out because I don't give too much hugs. She knows that. But for the most part,
wait. Because, okay, so there's one time that we got into it. And I mean, we were going in. And we hung up the phone. We both hung up the phone. We didn't say I love you, nothing. And then I think I texted her something, and you better something. So she calls me back. What are you, crazy? Lady, are you crazy?
Cause no, she like to have the last word. So sometimes she knows how to trigger. Like, so
but it was hilarious.
If she's close to me, I'm about to find her. I'm coming in her room, but if she ain't close to me, I'm about to call her. Like, nah, we got to talk about this on the phone because what? So yeah, y'all. So communication, boundaries, forgiveness, and not holding grudges. It's all that plays a factor in mother-daughter relationship and in any relationship. Just don't sit with things. Let things go. Move forward. And we got to get out of our own way.
We do.
Yeah.
And as a mother, I have to realize that my life is not her life. So what she's doing with her life is on her. All I can do is be here and, be a support to her because she is a woman. She's not a child. She's my baby. And, I have to remind myself of that often, especially when she's hurting and she's going through something. But at the same time, I still have to allow her to be a woman. Because that's a part of growing, that's a part of maturing, that's a part of learning. And that's something I don't ever want to take away from her. The idea that she had an opportunity to experience something, to learn something, and I took that from her by stepping in and fixing it instead of allowing her to take it on, knowing that she's very well capable of doing it. That it would be a disservice to her. So she's the woman she is today, like I had, she 18, she was gone, she was gone out of the house. And she has learned all her skills and everything she's learned pretty much on her own. I'm hoping I played a part in, like work ethic and stuff like that and being responsible. But when it comes to what she knows, nobody can take this from her because it's something that she did all on her own. And I'm proud of her for that.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you more.
All right. Enough of that. I knew it was coming.
Why you gotta act like that?
Come on. You go too far.
How is that too far?
All right, y'all. We about to end the episode. Thank you, Mother. Happy Mother's Day. I love you so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's it. I love you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Y'all, keep watching for us on all platforms. See us next time. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.